Hey friends, it's Sean with iwashyouDry.com, and today we are going to make this delicious ham and cheddar quiche. It's filled with diced ham, potatoes, and of course lots of cheese. Let's get going. I cannot wait to make this. We're gonna start with a 9-inch pie crust, and this is my homemade butter pie crust. Start by throwing just a little bit of flour on your work surface here, a little on the top, and we're gonna roll this out to about a 9-inch circle. I've left a link for my pie crust recipe on the blog, so make sure you check that out. You can also use a store-bought frozen pie crust in place of this to make it even quicker and easier. You want to rotate your pie crust about a quarter of the way and then just keep rolling it out until it is a nice even circle, as close to even as possible. Make sure you don't have any holes in it because we don't want our quiche filling to seep through that. Okay. You can check to see if it's about the right size by putting your pie pan over the top. That looks about right. Here's an easy way to roll up pie crust. So take it along the edge there and just roll it down, just like that. Place your pie pan in there. And then just gently roll it out. Super easy, right? And just press it in, and then I'm going to crimp the edges with a super simple method here. So I like a nice thick pie crust, so I'm just gonna take these edges and roll them under. Now in order to get that beautiful crimped edge, all you're gonna need is 2 knuckles on one hand and 1 knuckle on the other. Let me show you how this works. So we're going to push in between and then just go along, and we'll get that beautiful crimped edge. Perfect. Okay, now to end up with a nice crisp and flaky pie crust for our quiche, we're gonna par bake this pie crust, and what that means is I'm gonna take a sheet of parchment paper and place it in here. So you want to make sure you have enough so it goes up the edges of the pie crust. Then I'm going to take either pie weights, dried beans, or rice, and I'm going to fill that up inside. It doesn't matter the type of beans. These specific beans are a white bean. But like I said, it doesn't matter. Just kind of make sure it's enough to hold the sides of the pie crust up so that when we bake it, it doesn't fall down into the dish. So we're gonna bake this at 400 degrees for just 10 to 12 minutes until you notice the crust turning a nice pale color. So let's pop this in the oven right now. Okay, all right, our crust is looking nice and pale. I am going to carefully remove our pie weights by lifting up at the 4 corners of my parchment paper. There you go. Now we're gonna pop this back into the oven for just another 5 minutes to get that bottom nice and cooked, and then we will prepare our quiche filling. So here we go. Making a quiche is super simple. We're gonna start with 5 eggs, and we're just gonna crack those into a large bowl. To our eggs, we are going to add 1 cup of half and half. And we're gonna whisk this until the mixture is a nice pale yellow. We don't wanna see any of these orange streaks inside of it. Perfect. Okay, now I'm going to add some of my favorite seasonings. We're talking about Tastefully simple today. I love these easy seasonings. We're gonna add some bacon seasoning, which is gonna really amp up the bacon flavor in this quiche. So I am just gonna add a full tablespoon of that. It's gonna give it a nice smoky, bacony flavor. And then a teaspoon of the onion seasoning. And I love this stuff because it has, get this, onion, garlic, sea salt, shallots, red bell pepper, parsley, chives, leeks. It's got it all. And it is going to add so much flavor in one fell swoop. So all you need for this is just 1 full teaspoon. And then we're gonna add in a 1/4 teaspoon of freshly ground pepper. All right, you'll notice that the pie crust is pale throughout. You shouldn't see any like wet, doughy parts to it. This is gonna ensure a nice, flaky pie crust on the bottom and nothing soggy. We don't want that with quiche. Okay, so you can't have a ham and cheddar quiche without, obviously ham and cheese. So I also like to add about 1/2 cup of frozen hash brown potatoes. Just makes it nice and easy and gives it a little bit more substance. So I'm just gonna throw everything in here. The ham, we got 1/2 cup of diced ham. Great way to use up leftover ham from Easter, Thanksgiving, and then 1 cup of cheese. And then I'm just gonna come in here and toss it all together so it's nice and incorporated. Then 1 more little whisk of our eggs, and then we just pour that right in over the top. Beautiful. Okay, now we are gonna pop this into our oven, like I said, at 375 degrees for just 35 to 40 minutes until the center doesn't jiggle anymore. So when it doesn't jiggle, that's when you know you can take it out. Let's go. Okay guys, look at how delicious this looks. You can see all the seasoning right on top. Ooh. I am just gonna top it with a little bit of fresh parsley here. All right guys, I am ready to slice into this. This is perfect for brunch, easy weekend breakfast. Let's give it a try, shall we? Oh boy, this smells so good. I cannot wait to dig in. Let's see if I can get it out. You know the first slice is always trickiest, but I think we will, yeah. Oh. Wow. Oh my, that smells divine. You can see all the little chunks of ham, cheese, potato, and all that seasoning. It makes for a perfect bite. Let me get here. Oh yeah, got a little bit of everything in there. Cannot wait. Mmm. Mmm. Oh wow. That is so good. You can really taste the combination of that creamy custard egg filling with the ham, cheese, potato, all the perfect amounts of spices. Don't forget, these are Tastefully simple spices, my absolute favorite. Of course, I will have a link to these in the blog post, so don't forget to check that out. And that flaky pie crust, guys, that recipe is on my site. You are going to love this ham and cheddar quiche. It makes for a great brunch or breakfast. I hope you try it out. Check this recipe out on iwashyouDry.com, as well as all the other amazing breakfast recipes you can find. And I will see you guys next time. Bye.